So before we close, we have to spend some time talking about stigma. Stigma that is prevalent in the Bahamas, even globally, all over the world. Mental health stigma. This is the reason here that causes many people not to seek the help that they need when it comes to their mental health because of stigma. A stigma, it's a mark or stain or a blemish against mental health. Mental health stigma can be a stereotype or a label of a person with mental health challenges based on their symptoms or illness. They may be viewed in a negative way, treated differently, and made to feel ashamed or embarrassed about their mental illness. And that is not a good thing. No one should ever be made to feel ashamed or embarrassed about what's happening with their mental health. Mental health illness is not something that we should hide. It's not something that we should brush under the cover, but it is something that we should readily look at and take care of. Stigma can even lead to discrimination at work or in a social context, and this can make mental illness even worse. And this is why it is important to talk about this topic. Stigma. We need to stand together against stigma. We do not want there to be any discrimination or any changes in how we are treated if we are experiencing any sort of mental health condition or illness. No health without mental health. That's what this slide here is saying. No health without mental health. Together as a group, we have to stand against stigma, mental health stigma within the workplace. So what can we do to stand against mental health stigma? And don't think that it's somebody else's problem. It's all of our problem. It may not be happening with you, but it may be happening with somebody else, either in your workplace or your community. So we have to stand together as a unit against mental health stigma. So what can we do? What can we do to stand against mental health stigma? The first thing is, don't avoid getting treatment or help. Now, the thing is, I want to say this. Do not wait until your mental condition is to a point where you're ill or there is a disorder in order to get help. And I'm saying this because you do not want to try to hide it, yes, or avoid it. You have to seek help. You have to seek help. So do not avoid getting treatment or help. The next thing is, don't believe that you are the illness. If you or somebody else is experiencing mental health illness, don't believe that that defines you or that's your identification. You are more than that. Don't buy into the stigma that it is a problem if you're experiencing mental health conditions. Then don't take it personally. All the things that are said against mental health conditions, all the things that are said against mental disorders, do not take them personally. Dismiss them, override them, and do what you need to do in order to be well or to help somebody else to be mentally healthy. Then stick to the facts, not the myths, not what is said and is not factual or has not been proven. Stick to the facts. Then stand up to negative stereotypes and misinformation that is either being used against you or other people. Stand up against them. Speak up against them. That is important. Then tell your story. If you went through something that impacted your mental health or know of somebody else that went through it, tell your story. If you want, tell your story that verbalizes mental health and it normalizes mental health. It makes it a topic that we all talk about. So tell your story to know what you went through and what you did to get help. That can help somebody else. And the last thing is join a support group. If you are going through experiences that may impact your mental health or know of someone who is going through those experiences, join a support group. There's power in unity. There's power in speaking and joining yourself with other persons who are going through similar situations as yourself. And when you do that, you're also standing against mental health stigma. Support groups and seeking help and support, I wanted to share with you just a few resources and support that you may find that may be helpful to you. Now, I want to give a note that these supports are located here in Nassau, New Providence, but you can reach out to these persons to find out where it is that you can find help if you are not a resident of New Providence. The first thing is the Community Counseling and Assessment Center. This is a government agency to give support for mental health, and you'll see the telephone number there. The next is the Ministry of Social Services has a counseling unit, so you can call them so that you can get directions of where you can go if you're wanting to seek help. There is the Bahamas Crisis Center. That is a good one. They have a hotline that you can contact, and the number is there. So if you're experiencing any problems, anything that you want to talk about, call that number and they will be able to help you. If they cannot deal with you directly, they will refer you to someone who can. And then the last is the family. This is not a government organization, but it is a group of people, the family, and these are psychologists and psychiatrists who have formed this organization, and they are called the Family People Helping People. The number is there on the slide. You can contact them to again either seek help or to be referred to someone who can help you. So that brings us to the end of our session on mental health in the workplace. I trust that you have gained a greater understanding and awareness of mental health and the important role that it plays in the workplace. You are encouraged to be mindful of your mental health, pay attention to the signs and symptoms, and take the necessary steps to take care of yourself or to seek the help or the support that you may need. Thank you so much for your time and attention. You'll see my email there. You are free to send me any messages with any comments or any questions. But thank you for your time and attention. And remember, there is no health without mental health.